Antarctica is the coldest, windiest, and most isolated continent on Earth. Beneath its endless fields of ice lies a world that humans have barely explored. For decades, scientists believed they had a fairly good understanding of what was hidden beneath the frozen surface. But recent discoveries have challenged that belief in ways nobody expected. Using advanced radar systems, satellites, and ice-penetrating technology, researchers have detected strange anomalies buried deep beneath Antarctica's ice sheet. Some of these discoveries appear as unusual structures. Others show mysterious patterns that don't fit neatly into existing scientific explanations. In some locations, scientists have found enormous hidden landscapes that remained untouched for millions of years. What makes these findings so fascinating isn't that they prove something supernatural. In fact, they don't. The real mystery is that despite decades of research, scientists are still trying to understand exactly what these anomalies are and how they formed. Could they be remnants of ancient geological processes, hidden lakes trapped beneath kilometers of ice, evidence of environments that existed long before humans ever walked the Earth? Or are they revealing parts of our planet that science has simply never had the opportunity to study before? Today we're exploring one of the most intriguing scientific mysteries on Earth. Deep beneath Antarctica's frozen surface, researchers have discovered something that continues to raise questions. And the deeper scientists look, the stranger the story becomes. Part 1. The frozen continent nobody fully understands. When most people think of Antarctica, they imagine a vast empty wilderness covered by snow and ice. But Antarctica is much more than a frozen desert. It is a continent roughly 1.5 times the size of the United States, covered by an ice sheet that can reach several kilometers in thickness. This massive blanket of ice hides mountains, valleys, rivers, lakes, and entire landscapes that have remained isolated for millions of years. In many places, scientists know more about the surface of Mars than they do about what lies beneath Antarctica's ice. The challenge is obvious. Drilling through kilometers of ice is extremely difficult, expensive, and time-consuming. To overcome this problem, scientists rely on technologies such as ice-penetrating radar. These systems send signals through the ice and analyze the reflections that bounce back. By interpreting those signals, researchers can build maps of the hidden world below. Over the years, these surveys revealed something astonishing. Antarctica is not a flat frozen wasteland. Beneath the ice are towering mountain ranges, deep canyons, and hundreds of hidden lakes. One of the most famous discoveries is Lake Vostok, a massive freshwater lake buried beneath nearly 4 kilometers of ice. Scientists believe this lake may have been isolated from the outside world for hundreds of thousands or even millions of years. The discovery of Lake Vostok changed how researchers viewed Antarctica. Suddenly, the continent wasn't just a frozen landscape. It became a place where entirely unknown environments could exist beneath the surface. As radar technology improved, scientists began discovering even more hidden features. Some were expected, others were not. Certain signals appeared unusual enough that researchers struggled to determine exactly what they were seeing. Instead of answering questions, each new discovery seemed to create even more mysteries. Part 2. The discovery that caught scientists off guard. In recent years, researchers studying Antarctica gathered vast amounts of radar and satellite data. Their goal was straightforward: understand the structure of the ice sheet and predict how it might respond to climate change. But while analyzing these datasets, scientists noticed something unexpected. Beneath sections of Antarctica's ice, radar signals revealed unusual formations and hidden structures unlike anything visible from the surface. Some appeared as enormous valleys. Others resembled networks of channels carved into the land below. One particularly fascinating discovery involved ancient landscapes preserved beneath the ice. These landscapes may have formed millions of years ago before Antarctica became the frozen continent we know today. Imagine mountains, river systems, and valleys existing long before the arrival of massive ice sheets. As Antarctica gradually froze, these features became sealed beneath layers of ice, effectively locking away a record of Earth's distant past. Scientists realized they were looking at something extraordinary. A hidden world preserved almost like a time capsule, yet some observations proved harder to explain. Certain regions produced radar signatures that researchers continued to investigate. In some areas, hidden lakes appear connected through networks beneath the ice. In others, geothermal activity from deep within the Earth may be influencing the ice above. The challenge is that Antarctica remains incredibly difficult to access. Even when scientists identify something unusual, reaching it often requires years of planning and specialized equipment. As a result, many discoveries remain partially understood. Researchers can see evidence that something exists below, but determining its exact nature is often far more complicated. This uncertainty is what makes Antarctica one of the most scientifically exciting places on Earth. Every new survey has the potential to reveal another piece of a puzzle that scientists are still trying to assemble. Part 3. A hidden world beneath the ice. Perhaps the most astonishing realization is that Antarctica may contain entire ecosystems hidden beneath its ice. At first, this idea sounds impossible. Temperatures can drop below -80 degrees Celsius. Sunlight never reaches these buried environments. Conditions seem completely hostile to life. Yet science has repeatedly shown that life can survive in places once considered uninhabitable. Researchers studying subglacial lakes have discovered evidence suggesting that microbial life could exist in these isolated environments. If true, such organisms would survive without sunlight, relying instead on chemical processes for energy. These discoveries are important because they expand our understanding of where life can exist. They also provide clues about environments that might exist elsewhere in our solar system, including beneath the icy surfaces of distant moons. Part 4. The strangest anomalies ever detected. As scientists continued mapping Antarctica using increasingly sophisticated technology, they began encountering discoveries that challenged their expectations. One of the most intriguing examples involves unusual gravitational and magnetic anomalies hidden beneath the ice. These anomalies are regions where measurements don't quite match what researchers would normally expect from the surrounding geology. To understand why this matters, imagine scanning a landscape hidden beneath kilometers of ice. Most of the data follows predictable patterns. Mountain ranges create certain signatures. Valleys create others. But occasionally, instruments detect something different, something that stands out from everything around it. In some cases, these anomalies may be linked to ancient geological events that occurred hundreds of millions of years ago. Antarctica was not always located at the South Pole. Long before it became frozen, it was part of ancient supercontinents that looked completely different from today's world. During these distant eras, volcanoes erupted, mountains formed, continents collided, and landscapes transformed. Evidence of those events may still be preserved beneath Antarctica's ice sheet. One famous example is the discovery of massive subglacial mountain ranges. Some of these mountains are comparable in size to well-known ranges elsewhere on Earth, yet they remained hidden until modern technology revealed them. Scientists have also identified regions where heat from deep within the Earth appears to affect the ice above. These geothermal hotspots may help explain why certain areas melt differently than expected, and why hidden lakes continue to exist beneath thick layers of ice. Yet despite these explanations, some observations remain difficult to fully interpret. Researchers often collect data that raises new questions faster than they can answer old ones. A radar signature might indicate a hidden structure, but confirming its exact nature could require years of additional study. What appears unusual in one dataset may later reveal an entirely different explanation after further investigation. This is the reality of science at Earth's frontiers. Antarctica remains one of the least explored places on the planet, meaning every new discovery has the potential to reshape our understanding of the continent. The mystery isn't necessarily that scientists have found something impossible. The mystery is that they continue finding things they don't fully understand. And in a place as remote as Antarctica, solving those puzzles can take decades. Part 5. Why this matters far beyond Antarctica. At first glance, these discoveries might seem like isolated scientific curiosities. Hidden mountains, buried lakes, and strange anomalies beneath Antarctic ice sound fascinating. But why should they matter to the rest of the world? The answer is that Antarctica plays a crucial role in understanding Earth's past, present, and future. Every layer of Antarctic ice contains information about ancient climates. Tiny bubbles trapped within the ice preserve samples of Earth's atmosphere from thousands of years ago. By studying these records, scientists can learn how climate conditions change throughout history. But the hidden world beneath the ice tells an equally important story. Ancient landscapes preserved beneath Antarctica provide clues about what the continent looked like before it froze. These clues help researchers understand how massive environmental changes can transform entire regions over geological time. The discoveries also influence our search for life beyond Earth. Several moons in our solar system, including Europa and Enceladus, are believed to contain oceans hidden beneath thick layers of ice. Conditions beneath Antarctica's glaciers may represent some of the closest environments on Earth to those distant worlds. If microbial life can survive beneath Antarctica's ice without sunlight, it raises exciting questions about where life might exist elsewhere in the universe. Scientists are not just studying Antarctica to understand one continent. They are using it as a natural laboratory to investigate some of humanity's biggest questions. How does life adapt to extreme environments? How has Earth changed over millions of years? Could similar environments support life on other worlds? Each new discovery beneath Antarctica helps bring us closer to those answers. At the same time, Antarctica reminds us how much of our own planet remains unexplored. Despite satellites, aircraft, and advanced technology, there are still places on Earth where mysteries remain hidden beneath the surface. For centuries, Antarctica appeared to be nothing more than a frozen wilderness at the edge of the world. But modern science has revealed a far more complex reality. Beneath its vast ice sheet lies a hidden continent filled with ancient landscapes, buried mountain ranges, isolated lakes, geothermal activity, and mysteries that researchers are still trying to understand. What's most remarkable is that many of these discoveries have been made only within the last few decades. As technology improves, scientists continue uncovering new clues about what lies below. Some mysteries eventually receive explanations, others remain unsolved for years. But every discovery reminds us that Earth still holds secrets waiting to be revealed. The next major breakthrough could come from a remote radar survey, a deep ice core, or a future expedition into regions no human has ever explored. Somewhere beneath Antarctica's frozen surface, answers may still be waiting. If you enjoyed uncovering one of Earth's greatest mysteries, subscribe to Earth Enigma and join us as we explore the hidden places, strange discoveries, and unanswered questions that continue to challenge our understanding of the world.